Hello Internet, Pete from the Fat Boy Ball channel here. Yes, still live and kicking. Little bit of a different episode today though, so here's a little look at what's coming up. As soon as those seconds were over, the nurse didn't even speak to me. She shot straight out of the office, and next thing you know, the doctor's coming back in saying, yeah, it's not you here, we're calling an ambulance. Okay, so we're pretty much there. We now have privacy blind across the centre, across the back, blinds on the windows. So it got to the point that I said, look guys, I'm really not interested. If you keep hassling and keep going on and harassing, I'm just going to have to block you from my Instagram account. End of story. So my plan for today is this. We're going to have a look at tweaking the camper car, and while doing that, I'll fill you in on some of the bits and pieces that have been going on behind the scenes. So firstly, camper car. So Rose has decided that, she wants a bit more thought going into camper car than just an inflatable mattress. I've got a couple of items, a couple of ideas. Thought we'd make a few tweaks just to see if we can make it a little bit livable. And to be honest, after spending 2 nights in it already, yeah, it needs a little bit of work. So firstly, we have to bear in mind that this is a car and not a van. So as much as I would love to rip out the back seats, board out a proper frame, stick some storage in it and actually lay out a proper bed on it, that's not going to be practical. We still need to use the back of the car for various things. So it needs to be something that's quick and easy to assemble and quick and easy to take back down again and put back to a normal usable car. Yeah, so firstly, the issue of cold. Even with like a blanket or something underneath the sleeping bags, you could still feel on the cold nights the cold coming up from underneath in the car. So yeah, a couple of foil mats down first, I think, just to help protect from the cold and chills coming up from underneath. Now the next issue is actually at the base of the back seats here, where they fold down, they're slightly raised compared to the boot of the car, so you get this ridge, and for me that's like right in the middle of my back, and I don't think it's that comfortable for Rose either, so we need to deal with this. So my first thoughts for a solution were quick trip to our favourite Swedish furniture store and go and get ourselves a thin mattress pad. So I've actually picked up this 2.5 centimetre thick mattress pad. The thought being, we'll lay that over the top of the foil mats, give us a little bit more insulation and a bit of padding over the ridge where the chairs go down to the boot, because there isn't enough room or height in the car to put a platform down so it's all level and put everything on top. As quick as it is, your face is pretty close to the top of the car anyway. So this mattress is 90 centimetres wide, which should be just perfect for the wheel arches. Fits just nicely inside with a bit of room either side. But it is 190 long, so I know there's going to be some excess on the end, but that's okay because I can drop the end down over into the footwell, which is actually what I'm doing the same with the foil mats, and then we'll talk about the footwells in a minute. So here we go, 1 2.5 centimetre padded mattress. Just flip that over. Right, so that's the padded mat down, and wow, I mean, you can't get away from there being a ridge there, but that is so much smoother now. Yes, definitely smoothed that out quite a bit. And you can feel the padding, plus obviously the foil mats underneath have got some padding as well, so yeah, pretty good. Right, so before we carry on with the bed, another issue that Rose discussed was the windows and the fact that anybody can see in and see out. So let's get to those next. Okay, so the hospital trip. So long story short, we're on Wednesday now. On Monday morning, I don't know, around 5-6 o'clock in the morning, I was woken up by my heart absolutely pounding 10 to the dozen. Yeah, that was really weird. It was beating that hard that it actually woke me up, and I had no idea what was going on. It honestly felt like I'd just finished a marathon. Within about an hour and a half, it actually increased rather than decreasing, and I was finding that I was getting breathless, feeling dizzy, and then my fingertips started tingling as well, and I really knew it wasn't in a great shape. So I called the GP, or I went online and requested an appointment for the GP, as we do today, and I got an appointment through to say that I'd have an appointment in 2 hours, which was great, but I was concerned about what was going to happen between now and 2 hours later for the appointment. I'm liking this idea. Really simple pull cord blind, clips onto the top of the window, pull cords at the side here to tension it, get it to the right fit for your window. Raise the window up, job done, one window covered. Love that. So basically I decided to go to the GPs because I was on my own at the time, and I felt that I needed to be around people. So I went to the GPs and asked if I could sit and wait until my doctor's appointment. The receptionist was lovely, as always, and she went and spoke to the GP straight away when I sat down. She came back and said the GP had brought the appointment forward by an hour, so I was only going to have to sit and wait for an hour, which was great, fantastic. However, when she came back to see me to tell me that, she just soon shot straight off again. We ran off to the doctor. I don't really know what she saw, but she clearly seemed concerned, and next thing I know, the doctor's running out and he's ushering me into his office to do the appointment there and then. Fantastic. Really, really, really appreciated their quick response on this. Anyway, 1 second. Next window. So the GP did a quick examination and initially considered that I might have an inner ear infection, and he thought that I had an imbalance and I was having the heart, everything was a panic attack, unknown panic attack to myself for the imbalance. However, just to make sure, he did order a ECG scan for me, which I'm really thankful he did. And minutes later, the nurse was whisking me away into her office to do an ECG. The ECG took place, and while it was taking place, I could actually feel my heart really racing and pounding again, which clearly had an effect because it takes about 12 seconds to do an ECG, and as soon as those seconds were over, the nurse didn't even speak to me. She shot straight out of the office, and next thing you know, the doctor's coming back in saying, yeah, it's not your ear, we're calling an ambulance. I'm like, wait, what? Anyway, apparently my heart rate is like 160, 170, and the ECG was showing an arrhythmia. It was not beating right anyway. You can actually do with a clip in the middle on the front windows because they're lower and curved. That works though. That's not bad. One side done. Anyway, the ambulance crew then turn up really quite quickly actually. I mean, probably 10-15 minutes from them making the call. The ambulance crew were there. Again, lovely. Hats off to the NHS for what they do in the conditions and work environment they're having to work in at the moment. I have to say, from start to finish, GP, hospital, it was fantastic. Anyway, so the ambulance people put me on the ECG machine themselves, and while talking to me were trying to obviously talk me down and getting me to try and slow my breathing, and long story short, we did get my heart rate down, but the ECG obviously was still showing some anomalies that they weren't happy about, so we went into hospital. Apparently they were telling me that the nurse, bless her, she'd put me back on the ECG machine while we waited for the ambulance to arrive, and apparently she was at the point of about to be ready to bundle me in the car and rush me to hospital if they weren't going to be there in minutes, so she was clearly very worried. So, long story short, in the hospital, they ran blood tests on me, Because I must admit, initially, I was worried whether I'd done this to myself. You know, had I been pushing myself too hard? Had I been fasting too much and deprived my body of certain things it needed, or have I created an imbalance? You know, obviously we got back from doing the Lake District walk, and then, you know, just over 24 hours later, I'm waking up with heart palpitations. Had I been pushing myself too much? I don't know, obviously this is all going through my head. But anyway, they ran some blood tests, and blood tests came back absolutely fine. Balances were fine, electrolytes were great. My blood pressure, absolutely spot on. I think perfect for me is like 120 over 80, and I was like 121 over 80. And yet, you know, my heart kept racing away. But while I was in hospital, they gave me an intravenous drip, and then I took some time just calming, and yeah, we got the heart rate down. It went back to normal, and after a few hours they discharged me. They didn't know the cause of what set it off at the moment. I have booked in a 24-hour ECG with my GP, just so we can monitor over a 24-hour period, maybe see a bit of what's going on. I mean, other than that, I feel fine. I feel a million times better than I did. My chest is still a little bit sore, and I'm finding I'm getting a little bit breathless, a bit easier than normal with any sort of exercise. But I did go through the ringer on Monday, so you know, I'm not surprised. So we have a big trip planned for Wales in early to mid-February, so 2-3 weeks time, which is great. I can't wait for that. But in between now and then, we're not planning any more big trips between now and then, just so I can take a bit of a breather. Maybe it is me pushing it. I don't know. I don't think so it is now after what we heard in the hospital, but I still want to take it easy anyway. So the videos will be a lot more local at the moment and not quite as strenuous as they have been. But I haven't been out in the new tent on a wild camp yet, and I'm dying to get out, so we may do that in a couple of days. Just have a nice gentle walk somewhere, just something small, and just have a nice chilled out night. I mean, for me, getting out and in a canvas under the stars, best thing to relax my heart anyway. Right, so anyway, windows I think are done. So in the back here, still have these ones fully across, so that pretty much covers most of the window anyway. It's only going to be a lot better. It's really easy, like I said, just literally hooks onto the window, pull cords to size it to your window, and they have also got ties on them, as you can see here, that you can tie them back if you want to let some light in. Obviously we won't keep them there for when I'm driving, we'll drop it down. The only issue is I don't like these front ones because the shape of the windows, you end up having to hook the cord up when it's pulled across just to make sure you don't have this gap in the top of the window, but other than that it's not too bad. Right, storage. Oh no, right. So that was the windows. Now, because we didn't think the fronts would seal so well anyway, in the set I got this, which is basically a blind that slides across behind the driver's seat and behind the passenger seat. A bit like a privacy blind. Though this also clips onto the windows. Interesting. Let's have a little look. This can raise back up. There we go. Put all that tight for a minute. So I'm guessing if we do exactly the same at the other end. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. Oh, we don't need to worry about the front windows too much then. It's annoying that the clips always get stuck in the window and drop off when you lower the windows, but not to worry. Alright. Well, when I go out and do quite a bit of camping and hiking, The missus just decided to join us on the hiking, but she ain't going under canvas. So she wants me to try and convert it into a bit of like an overnight in the back of the car. Okay, so that's ridge sorted, windows sorted, blind sorted. Now storage. Now this hopefully will hang from the window as well. And give Rose a bit of storage on the side. Okay, so same principle as the blinds really. So this little storage compartment just clips over the window, roll the window up, and just got pockets for a mobile phone or for a book or iPad or toilet roll. But yeah. So part 2 of storage. Last little bit now. Okay, so we're pretty much there. We now have privacy blind across the centre, across the back, blinds on the windows, padded mat to make the base a bit more comfortable, floor mats for insulation, storage pad, storage pockets on the inside of the door here, and then storage containers in the footwell, so you can put all of our clothing and stuff in there, and food and everything, and then just take out what she needs for the backpack. That's quite cozy actually. So now we're just, obviously she can just throw the inflatable on top, pump up the mattress, and sleeping bag, cozy times. So the final part I wanted to discuss today was scammers, or people just blatantly trying to rip money off of you. Where do I start with this one? So, since the channel has been starting to grow, I've started getting inundated with messages through my Instagram account about these so-called marketing experts that want to help support the channel and boost your figures. Whether there are certain marketing experts out there that would actually do a service for you that they said they would do, take it from me, most of the services that they offer are based around ad campaigns and just promoting your channel across multiple social media platforms. With a bit of investigation, all of these things you can do for yourself anyway. However, that's the people that may even try and offer a service for you. Some are even more worse than that, and blatantly worse than that. I've been approached several times now by these people that want to support my channel and work with me organically to build my channel. And one such individual contacted me a couple of days ago about doing exactly that, and tried to offer me all these different packages and promotions that they could do for one video and multiple videos in X amount of time. It was ridiculous. Anyway, after letting them go through their spiel, I politely declined and said that I wouldn't be interested in their services. I didn't think it was something that I felt I wanted or needed for the channel, and I just wanted to let it grow naturally. If it grows, I mean, at the end of the day, this channel was out there for various reasons, for giving me some incentive and just trying to get the story out there. It might help other people. If the channel grows, fantastic. It would be absolutely amazing if it did. If it doesn't, it's not going to change. I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. And these guys just don't seem to get that. So anyway, after politely refusing, they just continue to keep pestering and hounding, even getting to the point of actually asking for payment before it even after saying that I was not interested. So I got to the point that I said, look guys, I'm really not interested. If you keep hassling and keep going on and harassing, I'm just going to have to block you from my Instagram account. End of story. They didn't listen, they kept doing, so that's exactly what I did. Just to show how toxic these people are and how much you must avoid these people at all costs, never offer to give them any of your payment details or to make any payment or accept any of the services, because this that I'll put up on the screen now is exactly how toxic they can be and how false they are. This guy didn't even have he had a profile picture of a European looking lady, white European looking lady, and he was very clearly, by his name and by his own admittance, a male Indian gentleman. And I asked him why his profile was of a lady, for which he tried to tell me that he'd logged into his sister's account. Anyway, so this is they're just not very intelligent. They were giving me channels names that they were supposedly supporting. Most of these channels didn't exist. I did manage to find 2 existed, and let's say they weren't doing very well, and I was already doing better on my own channel than the supposed channels that they were promoting, and I seriously doubt that they were. But anyway, yeah, after this last response, when they tried to when they decided to start opening up a separate account and start messaging my YouTube account, they just decided to start being toxic straight away. The nerve, they actually think they have any influence over my channel at all, or like they have any influence over YouTube or its algorithms. It just blows my brain, the ignorance of these people. It's just crazy. But yeah, really toxic people, not really people you want around in your lives. Stay away if approached. These people have since been blocked and banned from my Instagram account and my YouTube account. But, you know, they've only got to create another YouTube account if they want to message any obscenities again. I hope this doesn't go on for long and YouTube sorts it out. But if you do see any odd messages at any time, at least now you know why. It's certainly not somebody from our community that have very much a different approach to life and vibes. Last quick topic I wanted to touch on was just some thank yous actually. So my wife was at work when I gave her the call to let her know that unfortunately I was being rushed into hospital. Let's say my wife has a very busy day generally, a very full calendar. And I want to say a quick thank you to a few people in her place of work that instantly jumped onto her calendar and her schedule and her work and helped organise things and get things rescheduled for her so that she didn't have to worry about that and just got out the door. I'd also like to thank another of her colleagues who got her to hospital in warp factor 9 speed, but I will add, driving safely. But yeah, got her to hospital very quickly. In actual fact, she got there before I did in the ambulance. I also want to say a massive thank you to her team, who as always stepped up to the mark, looked after business in her absence, made sure everything was great for when she got back, and has been really supportive. Thank you very much, guys, and Amelia as well, because all you guys that also offered the lovely comments and supporting feedback, it was just lovely. So thanks everybody at Rose's Work for your kind support and everything that you did on Monday. It's much appreciated. I'll see all you guys soon. Anyway, so yeah, just a quick behind the scenes video today. We will be back out for Saturday's video. I am going to get out and do a bit of a wild camp in my new tent. I've been itching to get out, and I really want to give it a go. I just wanted to explain to you guys and let you know why over the next week or two, videos are probably going to be a little bit more low key, not quite as energetic, but as soon as I've got the all clear and I feel that I'm okay for getting out and doing the big trips again, we'll be back out. But definitely by early to mid-February anyway, in 2-3 weeks time, when we've got the big Wales trip going on. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please give me a big thumbs up and a like, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much. As always, much love. Have a beautiful day, everybody.